Salutations, hello, hi, and welcome to Basic Public Speaking. I'm Christy Thomas. I'm your professor and instructor for this course. This is the weekly chat for week 5, which is the dates February 9th through the 13th. Let's go ahead and discuss this week's lessons and what's due this week. So I hope everyone's doing well. I know the weather has been chaotic, so hopefully Mother Nature is calming down and we can move into calmer weather days and get closer to spring. I, for one, am ready for spring. With that being said, let's go ahead and discuss. You do have something due at the end of week 6. That module was open during week 4. Actually, I opened it at the end of week 3, and it's the song storytelling speech. This is your first storytelling speech, and the only thing to do with storytelling speeches is a video of yourself delivering the speech to be submitted. There is no outline due. There is no time limit or minimum, maximum, whatever. You can talk forever how long or forever how little. The details are in the storytelling song module. There's a Word document, a video chat of me talking about it, of course, and then the link to upload your video. The purpose of storytelling speeches is for you to find a comfort in your speaking voice and your online presence. So much communication now is via online with videos or team meetings or Zoom calls or FaceTime or social media. This is just to help you find a comfort in your online speaking voice and your speaking voice in general. So storytelling, I give a very broad topic and you have complete freedom under that topic, genre world. Do whatever you want, whatever pleases you. This theme of this storytelling speech is song. All you to do is pick a song, any song, I don't care, and tell me why you like that song. Why does it resonate with you? Is it a memory of a moment in a time or a place or a person? Or is it a song that just makes you happy? Does it make you, when you're in your feels, does it help you when you're in your feels? Is it your hype song? Is this something particular that you listen to when you work out or when you're in the zone artistically or with your working, or, does it get you through? Or anytime you are having emotion, is this particular song what helps you? Just tell me why you love this song so much. I have a plethora of songs that resonate with me. It could be because of a moment in time. Like I have songs that clearly remind me of when I graduated high school, or there's songs to me I hear, I'm like, oh gosh, that's a summertime song, or that's a fall song. Or they remind me of a person. I have songs that remind me of my kids. I have songs that remind me of people that have come in and out of my life. But all you're to do is pick a song and tell me why that song resonates with you. That's it. No more, no less. So pretty straightforward. And that's due at the end of week 6, week 5, which is February the 13th by 5 o'clock. So, just kind of be thinking on that as well. Let's go ahead and discuss this week's lessons. So last week was topic, purpose, thesis, organizational outlining. And really with speech, topic, and purpose, it was just how to decide what you want to talk about and then how to narrow that topic down. Broad, we're closing in, we're specific. So topic is your broadness, purpose, we're closing in, and a speech thesis is a boom. This is what I'm going to talk about. This is it. Boom, 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 boom. Purpose, you're giving us a little preview, a little sneak peek. And thesis is, this is it. Boom. So this week, the lessons are about speech research and support. So it just talks and discusses various ways that you can research your speech and why research is important. Now, that's not to say every single speech or every single communication requires a deep analysis or a deep research. Some do not. They don't require that. Again, it's the formality of your presentation, your speech, your communication, groups, audience analysis with group size, or knowing who you're speaking to, or the mood, the vibe, read the room situation. With that being said, there are so many ways to go about research. There's a link on to ACTC's library itself on the main page. A great resource. Libraries are wonderful resources. Not only do they have books, they have periodicals, they have magazines, they have articles, all the things. So you can find lots of information, and because of that, this is where support's coming into play. Support for your purpose or your speech itself is you're building up your credentials. You're building up the credential in your topic and in yourself. So by doing research, you're building up that support. You get the information from an article or a book, and it's, what's the word I'm looking here? It's, I want to say real, but that's not the correct terminology I want to use here. But you say the support would be from this book, I'm quoting this book, blah, blah, blah. It's tangible. It can be easily located and easily fact-checked. There it is, tangible and fact-checked. That's where it comes into play as well. You can do research in libraries. You can do research online. And when it comes to researching online, just make sure you are triple, quadruple checking yourself for authenticity and verification. There are lots of sites, there is so much information out there online, and that doesn't mean all of it is truthful. So you want to make sure you have verified sources if you're using online research for your credentials and for your contextual support, because anyone can go and fact check you online. So triple, quadruple check. Are you getting correct information? Is it viable? Is the site you're receiving it from a credible site, an accredited site? There's so many. You can get basic information from sites, but when you're really diving deep, especially when you go into the persuasive world of public speaking, you want to make sure you're giving factual information for rebuttals or fact checking. Other ways you can do research, it's not just online and in computers. You can do research and contextual support. It can come from interviews. These are people that are informative in their field or hold titles in their field or prominent in their field. Perhaps you're doing a medical paper. You could ask nurses or doctors or those in the field, or specialists in that field, and you're researching through these interviews, but you're also getting contextual support because you're getting information from a source. Does that make sense? So, interviews as well. And then there's questionnaires can also be in research. I'm sure studies have shown 3 out of 5, blah, blah, blah. You can do stuff like that, questionnaires or panels. And I say panels, perhaps you choose to do a speech on the best pizza joint. So instead of going online and getting reviews from other folks online, perhaps you create your own panel. And it could be, think 4, 5, 6 buddies that you sit down, or peers, or just folks in general. And you could do blind taste tests. You could have pizzas from top 3 contenders or 4 contenders or whatever, and you don't tell them which one they're eating, and you kind of put a little mask on them, and they take they taste it, and then they tell you their thoughts. Oh, I really like the crust on this one, the sauce on this one was delicious, the cheese was amazing, the cheese pull really got me, oh, this was, then you take that information and you compile it, and then at the end they could be like, well, out of 5 pizzas, I gave it 4 out of 5, or I'm more of a 3 out of, and that you take that information and you compile it, and you can use it in your speech or presentation as well. And the contextual support from that is from a peer mediated group. Whew, big words. But really, this lesson dives deep on various ways to research and contextual support, and how important contextual support can be in a speech. And again, it's understanding the formality of the speech, to whom you are speaking, group size, the vibe, reading the room, to understand, how deep of a dive you have to do for research, or the validation of the contextual support needed for the speech as well? Or is this a rebuttal, a back and forth type presentation? So, you know, you have to prep in a different way if there are questions to be asked at the end so that you can answer efficiently and effectively. Whew, lots of words. So again, let's talk about week 5. The dates are February the 9th through the 13th. Your lessons is over speech research and support, and your storytelling song speech is due on February the 13th by 5 o'clock. I will probably be opening at the end of this week your second main speech, which is a how to informative speech module. That's going to be due at the end of week 8 prior to spring break. So that won't be due for a couple more weeks, but I want to go ahead and get that open because I'm also going to be opening up the modules right now. I've opened up week 5 is open, and so is week 6. I'm also going to probably just open up the rest of the modules prior to spring break, because one of the requirements with the second main speech is use of a visual aid, and there's a lesson on the use of visual aids, and that way I can also kind of incorporate that in the next few week announcements as well. So week 5, February the 9th through the 13th, speech research and support, and you have the song storytelling speech due as well. If you have any questions, concerns, or just would like to chat, please reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I hope that you are having an amazing day, a fabulous week, and staying safe and warm. Thank you so much. Bye.